Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as I can. If you're looking at this, you should have already, if you're seeing this screen, that means you've already gotten a link from me. If you haven't got the link from me, you're gonna have to sit down with me so I can send you the link to access your application. You're gonna get the link via your email. Once you get that link, you're gonna have to create an account. It's gonna ask you for your birthday, your place of birth, and your social security number. Just make sure you enter all that the exact same way that I entered it in mine, or else it won't let you in. Then you're gonna create a password. Make sure you write that password down and do not forget it, okay? Then you're eventually gonna get to this screen, and your job is to make sure that you finish each one of these sections to the best of your ability. So I'm just gonna start from the top and make sure that you understand how to do each one. So we're gonna start at person, okay? You're just gonna scroll through and make sure that all your information is correct. So usually I'll do this one with you, but if I didn't do this one with you, you have to put in your height and weight. You don't have to worry about body fat. You don't have to worry about this one. You have to fill in everything else though. For minor dependents, for most people that's gonna be 0. And then just fill all that in. And then you can't mark as complete, but I can. You're gonna click the save button, okay? And then once you click save, it's going to, once you click save, it's going to come back to this screen, and it's gonna say applicant input right here. That's what we're gonna do on each screen. Okay, moving on to physical screening criteria. For physical screening criteria, I do not want you to do this one at home. So if me and you did not do this one together in my office, do not do physical screening criteria at home. We'll do that one together. Okay, moving on to personal. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. You're just gonna click on this. You're gonna go through, you're gonna click page 1. It's gonna be all yes or no questions. And then you're gonna hit save. And then that's gonna say applicant input once you're done. That means it's my time to review it. Okay, then you're gonna go into page 2, fill all the questions, applicant input. Okay, if you clicked yes on anything that requires more information, that's gonna come down here, and then you're gonna have to explain those answers down here. Once you're done, you're just gonna click save. It's not gonna say mark as complete, it's gonna say save. And then once you finish, it's gonna go back to this screen, and it's gonna say applicant input there. Okay, so remember, don't do physical screening if we didn't do it together. Do not do moral screening by yourself either. Okay, usually I'll do that with you at your first appointment, but there's certain things where if you mess it up, you might end up getting yourself disqualified. So do not enter moral screening criteria, do not enter physical. Okay, physiological and emotional health, that one's gonna be self-explanatory. You're just gonna click it, you're gonna answer the questions on the page, and then that's gonna be it. Make sure you click save, okay? Once you click save, it's gonna say applicant input. That's how you know you did it. All right, technology, same thing. You're gonna click it, answer the questions. This one, same thing, answer the questions. Contact method, okay? You're gonna go in here, you're gonna see probably 2 contact methods because I already started the application for you, right? Your job is to go in here, you gotta click, see how it says incomplete here? You have to click select, click edit, and then you're gonna go make sure your information's correct. It's gonna say best time to contact. The best thing to do is just put both. You have to have a primary, so you're gonna set that as primary. You're gonna click save. I'm gonna click mark as complete, but you're gonna click save, and then once you click save right here, it's gonna say applicant input. Same thing for email. You're gonna click on it, make sure it's correct, make sure you fill in all the information, and then click save, and then it'll be saved. Okay, aliases. If you do not have, if you've never used another name before, meaning like you've never been married, you never had to use another name and you changed it or whatever, you don't have to put anything. You just click save and that should be it. If it doesn't let you save it, that's okay, just skip it. Okay? Residences. This is the one that gets complicated for people, okay? So, this has to go back to before your 16th birthday. If you're over or 8 years, so your 16th birthday or 8 years, okay? So let's say you've had 2 addresses since your 16th birthday. Right now, only one is going to be listed, and that's the address that I already wrote for you. So even though you have an address in here, it's still incomplete. So you need to click on this, click edit, and then you need to put the dates in there. So let's say the date was 15 15 June, or let's say January 2018, okay? And then the to date here is going to be present because you still live there. This is your most current address. Over here, you're going to select the best one. Other, you can say parents house, PAA, parents, or whatever the case may be with that. So parents house, all right? Then you scroll down. You're going to have to put a reference in there. So for the reference, it cannot be related to you and it cannot be used anywhere else on the form. So there's going to be another section where you have to do references too. You cannot use the same reference twice. Just remember that. Then you're going to have to enter in the information here, all that stuff. And then for the reference phone number, I know it asks for 3 phone numbers, but you can just put the same phone number in 3 times. Whatever you do, do not click I don't know and do not leave it blank. Also, you can't leave the email blank. You have to put an email in there. You can't click I don't know. All right, once you're done with that, you're going to click save, and then it's going to come back to here, and then it's going to say applicant input. Okay, so let's say you have another date because it didn't. Let's say you only lived there for a year, but you turned 16 2 years ago. Now you have to add another. You have to add another residence, and then the from date is going to be however long you've lived there. Okay, and the to date is the day before you moved into the current address or the address that's newer or whatever. Okay, so let's say you moved in to your current address on 15 June 2018. That means the previous address you moved out the day before you moved in, so 14 June 2015. Okay, they have to be 1 day apart. They can't overlap. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And once you've added all your residences that go back to your 16th before your 16th birthday, then you're going to click yes or no. Where it says, do you have additional residences to report? You're going to click no, and then you're going to save, and then it's eventually going to go back to this page, and it's going to say applicant input there. Okay, employment history. Okay, you probably don't have any military history, but employment history, you're going to click. Okay, so let's say you've had 2 jobs since you turned. This has to go back to your 16th birthday as well. So let's say you've had 2 jobs. Okay, make sure you're following along with me. You can pause this video or rewind it whenever you need. Let's say you've had 2 jobs. You're going to click add civilian employment, and then you're going to click new employer. You're going to click the name of your employer, the position, full-time or part-time, how many hours you worked. Make sure you write something in job responsibilities, like just write a couple things that you did there. The to date, again, to the to date should be present, right? Because you still work there. And then just do all that. You're going to have to put your supervisor's information in. Make sure you don't leave that blank. It will error out on me when I go to review it. Let's see here. That's pretty much it there. Supervisor information, whatever you do, don't leave any of this blank. You can use the work phone number and the work address, that's fine, but make sure you put an email in there. You can't leave it blank. You have to find that out or put something in there. And then title, position, all that good stuff. When it says, did you previously work for this employer, that means did you work there twice? So the answer for most people would be no. I know a lot of people accidentally click yes on that. The answer should be no. And then, have you ever been disciplined? The answer should be no to that as well. All right, then you're going to click save, and then it will take you back to this page. Obviously, I'm not clicking save because I'm not really doing this, but then you're going to add another one, and you're going to keep adding them until it goes back to your 16th birthday. Now, if you've had a gap in employment where you were unemployed, you need to enter a section in there where you put unemployment, and then you put the dates of your unemployment, because every date has to be annotated from the day before you turn 16 until today. And then once you do that, once you get that done, you have to put a last name and a first name of someone who can verify that you were unemployed. So anyone, it could be a neighbor, whatever. Just remember, when you're using references and family or references and everything, you cannot use the same person twice, and it can't be your family on here. Okay, moving on. Just make sure that you match all the dates up. Okay. All right. Military service schools. If you've never done any military service, you can skip this one. Don't even go into it. So if you've never done like ROTC or anything like that, then don't even worry about it. Okay, for this one, you're going to answer questions right here. Okay, so you're just going to answer the questions. The main one to consider is if you have a passport, you're going to have to enter your passport number in there, and then make sure that you tell me that you have a passport and you bring that to your next appointment, because they're going to want it when you go to do your processing. Background investigation. Everyone seems to skip this one, okay? So for this, you're going to answer these questions. There's going to be a part where after you click yes on one of these, it's going to say, were you born after like 1958? Of course, the answer is going to be yes to that. Then it's going to ask you if you've signed up with Selective Service, okay? And if you're 18 years old, by law, you have to have signed up for Selective Service, but a lot of people, they don't know their number. So on that page, it's going to give you a website to go to. It's going to be sss.gov. You can go to that and you can check your registration number. And if you're not registered, you can register there and get the number, and it will ask you in here once you click yes on some of these questions. Okay? You'll know what I'm talking about once you actually go in there. Okay, so this one's important. Everyone forgets this, okay? Education. Most people are just going to have their high school education. I don't need you to add your college unless you've got enough college credits to get promoted off of it and you have your transcripts. Okay, so most people are just going to have their high school information. So you're going to click page 1 here. You're going to answer all the yes or no questions. You're going to answer all the questions there. And then once you're done with this page, right here, see where it says add education? Everybody forgets to add their education. Right now I can't click on it because I haven't finished this. But once you finish this, this is gonna say allow you to click on this button. You need to go in there and you need to click add education, and then it's gonna ask you for all your the dates that you went to your high school and all that stuff. That has to be done. That has to be in there. Okay? Moving on. Financial history, that's all going to be yes or no. It should be pretty easy. Okay, family and associates. All right, so the security investigators want to know all of your family history. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to see how I just clicked add. Okay, I'll go back just so you can see. It says nothing found to display. Click add. Okay. Okay, I got cut off there, so starting over. Okay, so family and associates, you're going to click add. They want to know everybody that is in your family. So anyone off this list, this drop-down menu that applies to you, those are who you have to add, okay? So obviously the most common ones are going to be mom and dad, okay? If your mom and or dad have remarried, you're also going to have to put your step dad or stepmom in there as well, okay? And then any brothers or sisters that you have as well. So anyone that you see on this list that applies to you, you're going to have to do an entry with that person, okay? So I'm going to go over a couple things. The main one that we need to go over is going to be mother, okay? So for your mom, you're going to put, okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to put in all her names. You're going to provide what's country she's a citizen of, okay? Is she deceased? Usually the answer is no. Is she a dependent of yours? That means does she rely on you for dependency support? So the answer is usually going to be no for that, okay? Is she your nearest relative? Usually the answer is yes. So one of these people you have to click yes for nearest relative, meaning that's the person closest to you. You're going to put their birth date. You're going to put where they were born. So for most people, they were born in the United States. So you're going to click that, and then you're going to just enter the information there. Okay? And then once you go here, is the maiden name same as the current name? Okay? So if they've ever used a different name, so if they're married, most of the time they have a middle name. So you're going to click that they have used another name, and then once you save this, it's going to give you another section that you need to fill out, and you need to put her dates and her name down. So let's say, for example, let's say your mom got married to your dad 5 years ago, right? Your mom got married to your dad, or let's say 10 years ago, whatever it is. Your mom got married to your dad, but she changed her name to your dad's name. So that means she has used another name, meaning she had a maiden name before. So you're going to click yes, and then it's going to give you another section where you're going to fill out all her other name. You need to put in the dates. So the dates would probably be from the day she was born until the day she married your dad would be her dates of that name. Okay, so you're going to put all her current information here, and then if she's ever used any other names like maiden name or anything like that, you're going to click yes, and then you're going to put it when the section appears here. That's it. Okay, then you're going to click save. Then you're going to come back to here and click add. So your mom's going to pop up here once you do that. Then you're going to click add, and then you're going to put your dad in, and then you're going to click add again after you save that one, and then you're going to put your brother in and anyone else that applies to you. All right? That's it. It's going to require a little bit of homework. Citizenship should be fairly uncomplicated. And then character references, the last one. So for these character references, you need to have 3 character references here where it says nothing found. So you're going to click add, and you're going to put the first one in there, right? These people, again, cannot be related to you. For the date here, you have to write in that you've known them for at least 7 years, okay? The only place that you can put not applicable is for rank and title. I don't care about that, so you can click not app for that. You have to put an email in there, and you have to put the dates in there, at least 7 years. The to date should be present because you still know them. You're going to put in their address. It's asking for their phone number and their cell phone number. You can put the same phone number in there twice. Just don't leave anything blank. And that's it. Then you're going to click save, and then it's going to take you back to here. And then that person should pop up right here after you click save. Then you're going to put 2 more. You need 3 references. And that is it. So as soon as you finish all of your application, what I need you to do is send me a text message saying, hey, can you please review my application? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of these that say applicant input, and I'm going to make sure that you did everything correctly. And if there's any mistakes, I'll let you know. Remember, this needs to be done, like, I need to see this application review done at least 2 days before our appointment is set for us to go over this together, because I need a couple business days to review this as well. Remember, I have a pretty busy schedule. So just make sure that whenever our next appointment is set, you have this done at least 2 days prior, so I can review it at least the day before you come in and let you know if there's anything that's a mistake. All right? That's it.